All right, and welcome everyone to a very special edition of the FTW podcast. This is episode 1 of Shotgun Saturday early evening, but before there's any good programming on TV, so let's just call it around 6-ish. 6 just works for everyone, right? Okay, 6 just it is. We're sure that there's a better name for this, but we really can't come up with one at this time. And what's this all about? This show is a fast-paced, action-packed, question-and-answer filled conversation, kind of like what Quick Hits was supposed to be, but with tangible restrictions. My name is Garvin. Today I'm here with Harrison. Say hello, Harrison.
Hello.
Harrison, for the next 5 minutes,
Yes.
I'm going to be roasting you with questions so tough that I didn't even send them to you to prepare for. Are you ready?
Yeah. I hold the right to say that, pass at any moment. So you're going to have to come up with more on the fly if you need to.
All right.
Aha. Suck it. Fire away.
Question number 1. True or false? You actually hated the name Jazz Hands, and you're glad that it never stuck.
True.
Question number 2. You showed some anger towards the build-up between CM Punk and Chris Jericho in episode number 102. How would you do it better?
Oh, in 5 minutes. Have the idea of Jericho's promos make sense. The idea that, we kept saying that it's the end of the world, she's coming to get you, things like that. Have it build up more like that, as opposed to like this weird, angry, happy-go-lucky character that he had when he came over from WCW, like, oh, I'm hot shit, how come no one likes me, everything's not going my way, and you just get to the point that CM Punk's character is so much stronger than Jericho's. So to give them parity, I would have to say that I would have had Jericho come out with a little more edge and go right at CM Punk. I mean, they just danced around it, they were cute, they were trying to be clever, and it just didn't really work very well, at least, leading up to WrestleMania. I mean, if Jericho's coming back, the exclusive reason of taking on CM Punk, then do it. Just come right out and have it roll that way. And you can let these two get look. These two guys are amazing on the mic. Let them do that. But they just I don't know. They're trying to write around that.
Okay. Question number 3. There are some in our circle of fans who believe that The Rock versus Cena match at WrestleMania 28 is a mirror image of The Rock versus Hogan, in that it will be The Rock passing the torch to Cena. Do you think it's too late for Cena to have a torch passed to him?
Yeah, absolutely. At that time, Hulk Hogan, once WWE bought WCW, Hulk Hogan was once again the top dog in the company, and The Rock was on a meteoric rise, but Cena's been the face of the WWE for going on, 2-3 years now, so, or more than that, I'd imagine. So the idea that he would pass the torch is too little too late. I mean, there is a metaphorical way to do this, but there's just, the comparison isn't quite the same. Granted, Hogan was far more deep into his career than The Rock was at the same point. So if we had this match 4 years ago, then I'd say yes.
Now let's jump over to some TNA conversation.
Oh, crap.
A few months ago, there was a conversation about how Paul Heyman would have fixed TNA. Knowing that they've actually been pretty good as of late, do you think that they're better off now, or do they still need Heyman to be saved?
I was never on board with the whole Heyman needs to save them type of thing. Yeah, the guy was great, and he had some great ideas, and especially in ECW, I mean, mad scientist and everything, but existing in the wrestling environment now with social media and things like that, I think Heyman, you need to get a lot of these old school guys out and get new blood in there, guys who have, guys who grew up watching wrestling with the dirt sheets, who grew up, on Twitter, Facebook, and this is how media is moving. And pro wrestling, Paul Heyman strikes me as a guy who would try and take pro wrestling and make it more like traditional television, where I think pro wrestling has this great avenue where it can straddle traditional TV in the vein of like scripted TV shows with seasons and actors and things like that. And then they can also go on more of the reality angle because of the kayfabe and everything. And I think in order to have that type of environment, someone like a Paul Heyman really won't do very well then. And then we'll have the same situation that we had with TNA, for the past 2 years or so, where it's been kind of like rehashes of WCW, and they're trying to find their footing, but not really gaining much traction.
Final question. True or false, in 2013, Impact Wrestling will be getting better ratings than SmackDown?
Wow. SmackDown. 2013, huh? Next year? Consistently, no, not 2013. No. If TNA keeps rising at the rate that they're doing, maybe. But at that point, I think the problem that TNA is running into is they are gonna, if they're gonna approach SmackDown, they got to get on a better station than Spike. They're gonna have to get into the lower tier cable stations like TNT. Maybe you'll pick them up or something, but not on Spike. It's gonna be really TNA is gonna in 2013. I would predict that TNA is gonna plateau in ratings because they're going to be just the biggest fish in a very small pond.
All right, and that's the end of Shotgun Saturday, early evening, yada, yada, yada. If you'd like to send questions for the show, you can do so by calling 313-444-3894 and leaving us a voicemail. You can also record your voice and email to questions@ftwpodcast.com. Any audio file format will do. Just try and keep it under about 30 seconds. We'll also accept regular text-based emails. Thanks for listening. This has been a special presentation of the FTW Podcast exclusively here on youtube.com/the FTW Podcast.